Okay guys, so the fastest and easiest way to build a beautiful WordPress website is by using ready-made templates. So today we're going to show you how you can build a beautiful WordPress website in just a couple of hours. All of this for free using responsive starter templates. And you'll end up with a beautiful website like this one with a stunning hero section. Underneath you can emphasize all your services, so this would apply to any type of business or industry. Underneath, why choose me, so here emphasize why they should choose you over anyone else. Also some testimonials and the contact details. If we go back on top, we have a menu section. We can go to the services page. As you can see here, you can emphasize all the services that you provide within your company. Also an about us section. So right here, you're going to tell your visitors everything about you and your business and maybe your mission statement. And also we have a contact page with your contact details and also a contact form. And this is just one starter template out of many. As you can see, you can choose among all these different options. So as you can see, this is a very comprehensive solution. So let's get started. Okay guys, so we are going to start from the WordPress dashboard. Now, if you need to learn how to set up your hosting, register a domain name and install WordPress on your server, I'll leave a link somewhere here in the corner of the screen. Click on this first, set up your hosting and then come back to this video. Okay, so let's get started now. So let's have a quick look at our website in the front end. So as you can see, that's very basic. This is the default theme, the 2023 that comes with WordPress. So if you go to appearance, there it is basically, okay? So what we're going to do first is to install our own theme. And again, it's a free resource, okay? So we go and add new. In the search box, type in responsive. And that's the very first one here, okay? So all we have to do is hover on top and click install. Very good. And now activate. So now it is activated. And as you can see right on top here, we get a message. So thank you for installing responsive. And now it comes with 100 plus ready-made site templates. So for this, we need to install it and activate it as well. And this is called responsive starter templates. Okay. So let's install that together. And now if we go on top here, you can select your page builder. So we have the choice among two different options. So we have Elementor, which is a drag and drop page builder, very user-friendly. Or you can use Gutenberg as well, which is the built-in page builder that comes with WordPress. Now that's really up to you. That's just a matter of preferences. I personally like Elementor myself. I find it easier to use, but again, it's just a matter of choice, you know. So I'm just going to select Elementor for now as an example here. And then all you have to do basically is to scroll down the page and select a template that suits your type of business. Now, as you can see, some of them are marked as pro, so these are paid version. Again, this is really up to you. You can select any of them. The principles that I'm going to highlight in this tutorial are basically the same for any of those templates, okay? So let's say if we wanted to select this one here, all you have to do is to click on it to have a quick preview. And then it will open up like this. And then you can see for yourself if it's suitable for your type of business. So as you can see, you have a very professional hero section. Underneath, maybe companies you've worked with, and about a section about yourself, maybe the type of services you offer, and so on and so on. Now, this is maybe something that's suitable for you, maybe not. If it's not the case, you can come out of this, click on the X sign here, and then you can search by keywords perhaps. So let's say if you wanted to build a website for an accountant, okay? So we have accountant here, so we have only one available, and this one is free as well. So let's have a quick preview. So there it is. As you can see, nice hero section, very clean and professional looking. As you can see, these are your services, why people should choose you, testimonials, and basically your contact details. So this could just be sufficient for your type of business. Maybe that's all you need, okay? So then if you want to import this on your website in WordPress, all you have to do is click import site or import template. So what's the difference between import site and import template? Well, import site is to import the complete site exactly the way it is, including all the pages. Whereas import template, let me show you in another tab here, you can import individual pages. So if you only need the home page, all you have to do is click on home page, and then you can import the home page on its own. So pages by pages, okay? So in our case, we're going to import the complete site. So all we have to do is click on import site. So right here, as you can see, we have pre-selected options. So install all the required plugins, import content and import customizer settings. So this is necessary, obviously. So this will be taken care of for us. And you also have the option to delete previous imports. So if you've tried different types of templates, starter templates, every time you start afresh, you might want to delete the previous version, okay? So this should be ticked normally. So let's go ahead and import the site. And as you can see, first it will install all the required plugins and activate them as well for us. And then it will delete all the previous content that was there and then import the new content and finally import all our settings. And there you go, that's all done already. And as you can see, you have a button here, launch site. So I'm just going to open this in a new tab and there it is, all done for us. As you can see, this is the exact same demo that we have rebuilt for us here in just one click of the mouse. It's not amazing. So now we can go back to the WordPress dashboard. So let's click on this. Very good. So we are back here now. So if we go to the pages here, you will see we have a few pages that were created for us. So if about, blog, contact, home, privacy policy and services. So now you need to decide which pages you need. So if you go to the front end here, if you click on either of those, as you can see, this is the About Us section, which is usually essential on a website. I would highly recommend you keep this one, you know, and probably as well the contact page. So home, about and contact would be your essential pages. Now you can add services as well if you wanted to. So let me show you how you can customize those pages. Add your own logo here, change the menu section and all the content here. So let's start with the home page first, because this is obviously the most important one, okay? So for this, we go back to our WordPress dashboard. You go to pages, all pages, locate your home page. And as you can see, if you hover on top, you have a link here that says edit with Elementor. Now this is what we're going to do. I'm just going to open this in a new tab myself all together. Okay, I'm going to bring it here. So now, depending on which version of WordPress and Elementor you have installed, you might see this message here. Your site doesn't have a default kit. So there are two ways of doing so. You can click on this button here, or you can go back to your WordPress dashboard. You go to Elementor, and then from here we go to Tools. And now we have to refresh those three here: regenerate CSS data, sync library, and recreate kit. So this way it will set everything up properly for us. So let's click on those three here. Very good. So that's done now. So don't forget to click Save Changes. Very good. And now if we go back here, now we can refresh the page altogether. So refresh. And this message should disappear now. So again, we are using Elementor as our page builder. So this is a drag and drop page builder. It's super easy to use. So if you're not familiar with Elementor, basically by the side, you have all the different elements here that you can select from, like for instance, a heading, an image, text, a button, spacer, icon, and so on, you know. So these are called widgets, and you can place them on your page here. So this is the preview of our page. And as you can see, if I hover on top here, we have a section. Every section is made out of different columns. So it could be one or more. As you can see, I have two different columns here. And each column contains different elements called widgets. So this is a heading. This one is a heading as well. This one is called text. And this one is called button. Now, if you wanted to add an additional one, as you can see, you can just drag and drop it wherever you want it. Okay, so let's say if I want to drop this here at the bottom, this is how you can add elements on your page. And if you want to remove it, right click on it and then delete. Okay, so that's basically how this works. Okay, so let's get started now. So if you want to change any content here, all you have to do is hover on top and select the item that you want to change. As you can see, you have the name here, Mary Jones. Maybe you want to change this to something else. Okay, so let's put Mr. Webb, for instance, here. Okay, and then we can change the description underneath. So let me grab a bit of text here. So we're going to replace this with our own text. So perhaps it could be something like this, you know, welcome to our accounting firm. We believe that your success is our success, and so on and so on. So basically here, this is the hero section. This is the first thing that your visitors will see. So take a bit of time to make sure that you put the right information there right up. Okay, so we have an image here by the side. So if you click on this, now we can change the image as well. And for this, all we have to do is to click on this one here and we can upload our own image. So I'm going to select a picture of myself here. I found one here. There you go. Very good. And then insert media. Now, something I need to mention: when you upload the image here, you need to select an image that has a clear background. So usually a PNG file, for instance, you know, or something similar, because the background here is defined by the color here. Okay, so if you wanted to change the color, by the way, here in the background, all you have to do is click on the main section itself. You go to style, and this is our image here. Okay, so by default we'll have the custom colors. They'll all be recorded here. You can select them, or you can select your own palette here. Okay, so as you can see, you can select any color you want. So let's say maybe I want something a bit more in the blue side, or maybe pink, or whatever color you want to choose, obviously, you know. So let's go with a more vibrant blue like this, for instance. Okay, now obviously it's the same principle for any of those items here. So if I click on Mr. Web here, the heading, you can also go to style and change the color. As you can see at the moment with this color here, so I'm just going to save this, but you could, for instance, select white, jet black, or maybe a different shade of blue, whatever you want. Okay, I'm just going to put it back the way it was. It was a lovely color anyways, you know. You can also change the font size and everything. So typography, it's everything that's related to the font itself. So if you click on this, you can select a different font. So let's say you like Montserrat, for instance, you know. Let's select this one, and you want it to be extra bold or black, for instance, or maybe bold altogether, whichever thickness you want. You can transform this as well, all in uppercase, lowercase, and you can have it in italic as well. And you can underline, overline, or have a line through, whatever you prefer, obviously, you know. You can change the line height as well, and also letter spacing and word spacing. So basically everything that's related to the text is customizable right here as well. So underneath we have a button here, so this should be linked to an internal page. At the moment there is nothing linked, as you can see, with a hashtag here instead of a landing page. But once you have your different pages created, like services, blog, about, and contact, you can link that back here. So let's say if you are going to keep the About Us page, you can go to the front page, click About, and right here on top you have the URL. So you can copy this and then paste it here instead of the hashtag. And now you can change the text as well. So instead of read more, maybe you could put About Us, and everyone will know what this is about, obviously, you know. And don't forget to save your work from time to time as well, you know. So don't forget to click Update. Very good. So now if you go back to the front end and we go back to the home page, as you can see, we have a new hero section. And if I click on About Us, is going to bring us to the About Us page, you know. So this is already working fine. Okay, so next let's take care of our services section here. So this is basically where you're going to list all the types of services that you offer, so that your visitors will know immediately if this is the type of service they are interested in, you know. So at the moment we have accounting, taxation, financial advice, but you maybe have more than this. Okay, so what can you do? But you can actually duplicate this all together. So if you hover on top of this section here, if you right click, as you can see, you can duplicate this as well. So let's click on this, and there you go. As you can see, immediately now we have 6 different services. So we might add a bit of spacing on top of this one. So if you click on this again, this time we go to advanced, and we have the margin here. Okay, so you're going to unlink this all together and add perhaps 50 on top. There you go. So now this is perfect. Okay, and now we can customize the content of our 6 different sections here. Now again, maybe you have only 4 different type of services, in which case you can delete one of those columns, in which case you have 2 and 2 on top of each other. Okay, now to edit those, again, all we have to do is hover on top and click on the section we want to edit. So as you can see here, we have our title, we have the content, the explanation here, and then we have an image. So if you click on this, you can change the image for another one. So there are a few already preloaded here. Now, if you wanted to add your own, I'm going to show you a very nice website that offers you unlimited access to those types of icons. So this one is called Flat Icon. So let's say if we were looking for something in the finance department. Okay, so finance, let's look for something here. And there you go. As you can see, you have this one here, that one, that one, that one, that one. So what you can do basically is just download them. All you have to do is click on this download button here. So let's do this, free download, and then save this on your hard drive. Okay. And then we can do the same with the others. And now that we have them downloaded, we can go back to our Elementor page. We go to upload file, select files, and then let's select our 7 icons here. I just downloaded. Okay. Very good. And now you can select any of them. So let's select this one, for instance, for the first one. So insert media. Very good. So now as you can see, the image is way too big, you know. So what we're going to do is change the image size. So we're going to go from full to custom. And let's try it maybe 50 by 50 pixels, okay? And this is absolutely fine. So as you can see, those two are similar, the same here. So now we can change them. So let me do this very quickly. So there you go, we've changed them all. Now as you can see, each section has a different icon, which looks very professional. And now we can change the title and all the content. So all you have to do basically again is click on the section itself. All you need is just basically change the title and description. So at the minute we have accounting, taxation, financial advice. So here we could have maybe annual returns. This one here could be budgeting. And this one could be wages, okay? There you go. Now, as you can see, we have 6 different buttons here. Read more. They might not be necessary, because technically speaking, they will all redirect to the same page, your services page, which is this one here. So if I click on this, they'll all be listed here regardless, So what we could do is basically delete them once here, okay? So I can delete this one, this one, this one, this one, this one, and just keep one here at the bottom, and this would be absolutely fine. Now if you wanted to have it centered regardless of the position of everything else, you can create a different section here underneath. So for this we're going to add an inner section, so drag and drop it just underneath it, okay, right there, okay. So now you can delete one of those sections, delete. Now we're going to grab this one and drop it in that new section that we created. There you go. Now click on this and we're going to center that. There you go. And this will look perfect in any type of devices. Now let's add a bit of spacing on top and bottom. We go to advanced, unlink this. So on top, we're going to add maybe 50 pixels. And now we can even remove the 85 here and set that to 0. And as you can see, now it's fully centered. Now we need to add the link to the page. Okay, so we go back to services. So we grab this, Control C, paste it here instead of the hashtag. There you go. And that's it. That's us done for the services section. So now we can move on to the next one. So why choose me? So these are the main reason why people should choose you over anyone else. Okay, so again, this is a very important section and you can add as many as you want. At the moment we have 3 of them, which should normally be sufficient. But if you wanted more, again, you can duplicate this section, right click, duplicate. And now if you wanted only 4 of them, you can delete those you don't need, So you could delete this one here and perhaps this one here, delete. And now you have 4 of them all together. Now, if you made a mistake, you wanted to go back, you can always go back in time. There's a small arrow here there for the history. If you go back, you can see here, we have duplicate. We can go back to this step basically, okay? And there you go. Now we have it exactly the way it was initially. Now, if you only need one section, you can easily delete it. Just hover on top and click the X sign. And there you go. Now we're back to normal. So now if you want to change the content here, again, click on the item itself. So this is called an image box. So basically you have the image on top, which could be an icon or whatever you want, basically, okay? And then underneath we have the title and description. So you can even add some text here if you wanted to. So let me add a little bit of text here. Let me fetch one sentence. So there you go. So it could look like something like this. This is really up to you. So you could emphasize maybe the main benefit and then explain it slightly, and then you can do the same with the others. So add a bit of explanation and the same here as well on this one, So that's basically it. And now you can even customize everything here. So let's say if you wanted the title here, market to grow, vision to plan, 24/7 availability, you can change this as well. If you go to style, we have the content here, and then you can change the title here. So basically you can change the color and the typography. So let's make this a bit thicker perhaps. So let's go and add this and change this to extra bold perhaps, okay? So that looks a lot better. Now again, this is just a matter of preferences. Now we can do the same with the others as well. So style, content, typography, and then let's change this to extra bold. And the very first one here, style, content, we go to typography and then again extra bold. And that's basically it. That's us done for this section now. Very good. So next we have the testimonial section. So this is our happy client. So this is the title. You can change this for whatever you want. You could maybe change this to testimonials. I think happy clients is actually nice, So now if you click on this here, this is a testimonial widget. So basically here you have the content. You can upload an image. You can put the name, the title, even a link to their website if you have it, and you can change the image position. So it could be on top or at bottom, and you can center this, So clearly you can add more than one as well. So let's say if you wanted to add 3 different testimonials, how can you do so? Well, let me show you very quickly. If we go back to our widgets here, we're going to add an inner section, okay, just underneath like this. We're going to duplicate this. So what we're going to do first is to drag this one into our inner section. There it is. And then we're going to delete this one. So delete. And now we're going to duplicate this, okay? So duplicate once and then once more, okay? And now if we scroll down, as you can see, it's not displaying anything, but don't worry, we're going to fix that very easily. So we click on the testimonial widget itself, we go to advanced, and as you can see, they added a 200 pixels on the right and 200 pixels on the left. So we're going to delete this and change this to maybe 10 pixels and 10 pixels. And as you can see, it will reappear, okay? And then we do the same with the other one, okay? So here we're going to put 10 and 10, and the same here, advanced, and then 10 and 10. And now we have 3 different testimonials, okay? And now we can edit the content. So if you click on any of them, you go to content. So first you can change the text here, whatever testimonials they gave you, you know. And here we can change the image, obviously. So the first one, let's say this is Jane Doe, this is fine. Let's go and change the second one. Let's upload a new image. So upload, select file. So I found 2 pictures online here, okay? So these are profile pictures, okay? Insert. There you go. So we have this picture here, and then we can do the same with this one. So content, let's select the other picture here, insert. Very good. And now we can add their names and everything basically, okay? So let me do that very quickly. So there you go. As you can see, I added 3 different testimonials. We changed the name as well, and the images are done. So that's basically it for this section now. So let's move on to the next one, and this is our footer section. So this one is pretty straightforward. Again, all you have to do is basically click on the widget itself that you want to change. So contact us now, and here you can put your address and phone number perhaps, you know. So we have contact now, so you have the address. There is no phone number at the minute. Maybe you want to add your phone number, in which case you can just right click on this and click duplicate, okay? Click on it again, and then you can put your phone number. So let's say +1 001 234 5678, okay? And this would be your phone number. Underneath, we have the social media icons, so we have Facebook, Twitter, and Google+. So I don't know who uses Google+ anymore, but anyways, if you want to delete this, all you have to do is click the X sign. And if you wanted to add another one, like let's say perhaps you want to add LinkedIn, okay? There you go, there it is. So you just type the name of the social media platform, select the icon, click insert. So there it is. Now we have LinkedIn, and we can add perhaps as well YouTube, okay? If you have a YouTube channel, there it is. So insert. And now you can link these very easily to your social media platforms just by adding your link here where instead of the hashtag. So at the moment, as you can see, these have the original colors and these don't. So what's the difference? Well, basically those we just added have the official colors, as you can see, okay? Now it's really up to you. People are usually familiar with those colors, but you want to maybe customize them, in which case you can select the primary and secondary color. So if you select the secondary color here, if I click on this, I'm going to select white, okay? And then the primary, I'm going to select fully clear or transparent. There you go. And now we have just the icon itself, okay? And then we can do the same with LinkedIn. So we're going to select custom colors. Secondary color would be white, and then the primary color fully clear or transparent. And there it is. Now you have all your icons. And again, don't forget to add the link to your social media platforms right here. Now, as you can see, we have an image in the background. We can change this as well, you know. So if you click on the section itself, if you go to style, as you can see, we have an image here. Now, again, you can change this for whatever you want. So let's add an image together. So let's replace the image. All you have to do is click on this, upload a new file. So select file. So I found one here, cityscape, you know. So maybe you somewhere specific in a city, people recognize that landscape. You want to use this as your background. Insert. Very good, so that looks nice. Now the only issue we have is not readable anymore. There's not enough contrast between your text and the background. But don't worry, we can add a background overlay. So if you click on this section here, now we can select a color, okay? So you can select among your primary colors or create your own. So let's go maybe with something dark like this. And then you can set the opacity. So you can go from fully opaque to fully clear. So this is up to you really to choose a happy medium, you know? So I think around here, it's readable now, the text. Okay, so just you can leave it like this, and that's basically it. That's us done for the home page. So don't forget to click update, obviously, you know, to save your changes. And now let's go back to our home page in the front end. Let's go back and click on our logo here, and there it is. So we have our hero section, our services, why choose me, and our testimonials. And as you can see here, our town, our city here in the background where we have the contact us, which is very nice touch, because this way customers will know where you're from exactly just by seeing the picture. Okay, so now let's take care of our next page. So we're going to design the contact page now. Okay, so we have the home page, contact page. So let's go back to our WordPress dashboard, and this time again we go to pages, all pages, and find your contact page. And again, if you hover on top, you can edit with Elementor. So on this one, it's a very easy one, as you can see, with a contact form on this side and some information here. So basically for the information, that's super easy. All you have to do is hover on top, click on it, and change the content here. So this is just like a word processing, you know, and then you can enter your phone number and email addresses here. For the social media icons, we've touched up on that already. So as you can see, if you don't have Google+, which doesn't exist anymore, you can delete this altogether. Now, if you wanted to add one of the social media platforms, all you have to do is click Add New, click on the icon here, and look, for instance, for YouTube. There it is. Insert. And that's basically it. Okay, so just don't forget to put the link here to your social media platforms themselves in each and every one of them, obviously. Okay, so that's basically it for this section here. Now let's take care of our contact form. So people will be able to fill out the form, contact you directly. You will receive all the inquiries, and you can reply to them via email. So this is very handy, especially outside office hours. So again, for this we have to go through the backend of our website. So if you click on this, as you can see, this is using WP Form. So this is using another plugin that's installed on your WordPress website. So we open a new tab here by the side. We go to the WordPress dashboard, and right here you can see we have WP Forms. So simply click on this, and this is where our form is. As you can see, I have the short code here, WP Forms ID 5. And if we go back to our page, this is the same ID. So make sure this is the same ID, just in case you have more than one form already registered there. So we go back here, and now we can edit our contact form and make sure that it's going to reach us. Okay, so click on it itself. Very good. And again, this is a very handy form generator. It's basically a drag and drop feature as well, just like Elementor. So by the side here, we have a preview of our form, and here are all the fields that you can use. So we have the name, email, phone number, and message, which is usually a very common form layout, basically, you know, for all the contact forms. Now you might want to ask something additional. Maybe you want another bit of information, in which case all you have to do is just grab it from here. So let's say you want to ask another question, drag and drop it here where you want it to be. Okay. So as you can see now, a single line text. Now if you click on this field itself, you can customize it. So let's say here, this is going to be your custom field, whatever you want to ask. You can add a description, you can make it required or mandatory, and you can go to the advanced section here, and you can tweak everything around as well, like the size of the field itself. So you can have, for instance, a small field, it will only take 1/3 of the width. Medium is 2/3, and large is basically the full width. So again, this is really up to you, depending on how much information you require. You can basically change the size as well. Once you're done customizing your form, click Save. There you go. And now you want to make sure that the form is going to reach you. So for this, we go to Settings. And as you can see, you have General, Spam Protection, Notifications, and Confirmation. So the confirmation, that's basically what your visitors will see once they have submitted the form. So for instance, here we see, thanks for contacting us. We will be in touch with you shortly. Now you could put something else, whatever you feel like. Okay, so just put it here. And for the notifications, as you can see, this will be sent to the admin email. Now, if you keep it as is, admin email, it will fetch the email that's registered in the settings section of your website. So if you go back here, you will see we go to Settings, in General. And right here, you have the admin email address. So basically, by default, it will fetch this one. Now, if you want to send it elsewhere, just remove this altogether and put the email address to which you want to reach, obviously, okay? So you have from to, this should normally be the same email address. And as you can see here, you have all the different fields. So it's going to add all the fields that we created. Now, bear in mind that if you are sending this to an email address that's not the same as the domain name that you are using, this might cause conflicts on WordPress itself. As you can see, the current from email address does not match your website domain name. So normally this should be the same. So if you have an email address registered at mrweb.tv, your email info@mrweb.tv should have the exact same domain name at the end. It should belong to the same website, basically, okay? If this is not the case, I highly recommend, like you see here, to install WPmail SMTP and configure that. You might ask help from your hosting providers to set that up. And then once you're done, all you have to do is basically close this window altogether, and that's us done with the form. So if we go back to your page here, if you click update, and now we can refresh. And there you go. As you can see, now we have name, email, phone number, and also our custom field and our message. And that's basically it for the contact page. That's all we need, really, you know. So let's put this to the test. So let's go back to our website here. We go to contact page, and we're going to fill this out very quickly, okay? So we're going to put a custom field here, whatever. And this is a test message, okay? So let's submit. And there you go. As you can see, we get a confirmation message. Thanks for contacting us. We will be in touch with you shortly. So that's basically it for the contact page. And now you can do the same, obviously apply the exact same principles for the other two pages, or your services and about us page, okay? So all you have to do is go back to the backend, go to pages, and then edit this time, obviously, the about us and the services page. So basically, again, like I said, follow the exact same principles we used for these two pages. So now there's only one thing left, basically, you know. If we go back to our website, as you can see, we have a logo here that's not our own logo. So I'm going to show you how to upload your own logo, and also here how to take care of all these links. So let's say you only have homepage, about us, and contact page. I'm going to show you how you can remove the other two and add more pages if you wanted to as well, okay? So let's go back here. So to change your logo, we go to appearance, customize. And now if you hover on top, you can see there's a small blue pencil. If you click on this, this is where you can change the logo altogether, okay? So right here, we're just going to remove it for now. So this is gone. And let's upload our own logo now. So let's click on select logo, select file. So I'm just going to go in my documents here. I think this is where I put it. There you go. So open. And then select. Very good. So if you want to crop your logo, you can crop it immediately from here, or you can just use it all together the way it is. So you can skip cropping for now. There you go. As you can see, it's massive. It's way too big, but don't worry, we can change the size immediately from here. So we're going to click change logo once you have it uploaded, okay? And you see here we have edit image. So let's click on this. As you can see at the moment, it's 2084 by 425, which is probably a very high resolution file that your graphic designer would have provided you, okay? Now you need to resize this, obviously. So edit image. And from here, what we're going to do is basically resize it, okay? So we have the scaling feature here. So 2084 by 425, let's say probably the height should be a maximum of 85. So it should normally automatically calculate the ratio here. That's the exact same size compared to this, okay? So let's click scale. Very good. And if you're happy enough with the results, all you have to do is click update. That's it. That's just done now. So we can close this window, go back here, click select, skip cropping, and it should resize this automatically. As you can see, now we have the proper ratio. So all you have to do is click publish. And that's basically it for our logo. We're done already. Now let's take care of our menu section. So for this, we go to appearance, menus, and there should normally be only one. So perhaps you have to look for the menu here. So as you can see, edit your menu below, but it's already there. We have menu number 1. So just in case if the theme that you selected, the template that you selected has more than one menu, you'll have to select it here on top and select main menu, okay? So as you can see, we have home, services, blog, about, and contact. And let's say you don't need the blog, you don't want the blog, okay? So what you can do is just click on the arrow here and then remove, okay? Now, if you wanted to bulk delete a few, all you have to do is tick this, and then you can select as many pages as you want, and then click remove selected items. So obviously, I'm not going to do this now. We're just going to keep those pages, but this is how you would do it normally, okay? So now you can click tick this as well, header menu. This is the one we want, okay? And then save menu. There you go. As you can see, now we have a message that says menu 1 has been updated. And now let's go back to our home page and let's refresh. And there you go. As you can see, now we have our logo here, MrWeb.tv, and we have only 4 items in our menu section: Home, Services, About, and Contact. And there you go, guys. This is how you can design stunning, beautiful website in WordPress using responsive starter templates. Now, if you want to learn how to set up your hosting, register your domain name, and install WordPress afresh, you can go and watch this video now.